And then, of course, the Marine Corps, what they do to their guys who go to flight school, fly F-18s, and go to Top Gun, you would expect them to continue flying. They handed him an M16 and put him on the ground in Afghanistan, with all that training, I guess as a FAC.
Yeah, that's what the Marine Corps does.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best things that they do is because those guys can talk to aircraft better than anybody else.
100%, and he did. But he did complain because he said, man, they spent all this money on training me how to fly. And he's like, I was really good at it. And then I'm on the fucking ground in Afghanistan dodging mortars, which he never, ever signed up to do. So it was just interesting to hear from his perspective. Like they don't like it, like they want to fly. And now they're stuck calling in CAS.
One of my really good friends was the same thing. Marine Corps, F-18, Top Gun instructor, Top Gun senior instructor. And he was a FAC on the ground. He was Anglico team leader in Ramadi with us, just getting after it. Yeah. And it's funny because he taught all the stuff he did in the Marine Corps. He talks about what he did for this 1 6-month deployment to Ramadi because it was a lot different than what it was, as I constantly tell him, being in an air-conditioned cockpit, 20,000 feet up in the air.
That's right. Yeah. So you're right. I mean, those guys, can you imagine what kind of perspective they get on the ground? Awesome. And then go back up there and go, oh, wait a minute. I know what it was like down there.
Yep. That's the Marine Corps. And I've read some great stories about the Korean War. Those Marine Corps pilots that would go and deploy, they like the Marines. Everyone loved them because they can just talk to those pilots the way they need to be talked to. So I mean, and look, we have the JTACs. There's JTACs are awesome too, but in the Marine Corps, it's just with the way they do it, and it's pretty freaking cool.